Hey guys, FirstinWeather here, back at it again with another video. It is the 31st of December, the last day of 2017, and this video will be about the potential snowstorm we have for the Northeast and maybe southeastern or the coastline of the Mid-Atlantic and Southeast. So if we get started, we take it through. This is early morning Wednesday. You have an area of moisture right here, and then boom, you suddenly get a big low pressure system that rapidly intensifies, and then it brings some pretty big snows right here to Maine and portions of the Northeast. But as you can see, this area right here doesn't really get anything at all. It's mainly just this area right here, and so it's going to be interesting to see what the track of the storm is. Keep in mind, this is Thursday, and so we still are a good three to 4 days out. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens and where the storm will go. And so there's two potential tracks of the storm. One is that it could go and hug the coast. It forms right here, goes up the coast like this. Second one is it forms right here where it is right now and goes like this. Or a third potential track, the least likely track as of now, is where it forms right here and then goes like this. And so right now the most likely track is this middle one, giving snows only to this area in red right here for the United States, with obviously really heavy snows in Canada and Nova Scotia, but nothing really for the Mid-Atlantic, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, nothing really for those areas. But areas that are not in the Northeast that could be affected are these areas that hug the coast in the Southeast. So this area right here, and then you go like this. So the coastline is really looking like the main area that's going to get impacted by the storm. But one interesting thing that I've been noticing is that the past few model runs have been trending more west. So this is the previous run, and then this is the previous run. So this is a few runs ago. This was quite east. This is actually a run that was quite west. So you were here, then it trended east, then more east, and now it's been trending slightly west again. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But again, we have a window of basically 24 hours. So in these next 24 hours, that's when the storm can shift west or east. After that, whatever the models are showing, that's what's going to happen most likely. So it's again, these next 24 hours are crucial in determining the track of the storm. So for snow lovers in the Mid-Atlantic and portions of New York and Pennsylvania, if you want some big snows, then you better be hoping that this storm changes its forecasted track in the next 24 hours or so, and all it really needs to move is a couple hundred miles in this direction, and then you're gonna have a big snowstorm for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. It just needs to move this much, and then if it goes like this, that's a massive snowstorm. Keep in mind, look at the pressure of this storm, of this low pressure system. 953. That's a Category 3 hurricane. If you're talking in tropical terms. So again, an absolutely extremely powerful storm, and if it just goes a little closer, we could be talking about large amounts of snowfall. And there's not really any question about cold air. Look at this. You have this huge trough right here, and that's partially why you're seeing the system go south and east and and stay away from this onshore track, and that's because this cold air is so deep that it's forcing it to develop right here, and then this trough is so strong that the cold air is going like this instead of being like this, instead of being a weaker trough and making it go up. It's so strong that it's going out to sea. So it's fighting that trough, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next 24 hours or so. But if we focus on the Northeast right now, since this is the area that's going to get the biggest impact. So if we go there right now, let me find it right there. So you have this system, and it approaches around 1 p.m. Thursday, and it's bringing some pretty good snows now to the Northeast, Massachusetts, and Maine. and then that snow gets heavier as the storm gets much stronger. You get some pretty big snows there, and then it pulls out, and then you just have some snow showers for the area. And if we look at total snowfall, total positive snow depth change, which accounts for melting, other factors like that, a good 6, 7, maybe 8 inches are definitely possible. And keep in mind, this is not a slow-moving system, so it's quite fast. If it were to make an onshore track, it wouldn't really devastate the area with feet of snow, like the storm we had a couple of winters back, where we had 2 feet of snow in Washington D.C. and stuff like that. So this is a relatively fast-moving system, but it is really strong. So in that time span, you can see really heavy snowfall amounts, since the snowfall is just coming at such a heavy rate. So that's something that I'll also be looking at. But right now, it looks like the best chance for seeing some actually significant snowfall would be right here in this area, and then probably the coastline of the extreme eastern portions of Virginia, North Carolina, and the northeastern portions of South Carolina. But these areas look to be seeing maybe just an inch or two compared to these areas. And as for central portions of the Mid-Atlantic, like this area, basically along I-95, right now it's looking like you guys are going to see just cloudy conditions. But again, that could change. In fact, the European model had the edge of snow somewhat like this, and now it's moved it in the latest 12Z run to right around this. So it's pushing that snow further west. It's going to be interesting to see if we have any dramatic shifts in the pattern as we get closer to the system. So the next 4 model runs from the GFS and the European are going to be crucial to determining what's going to happen with the system. And personally, it's been the past couple of weeks have been quite devastating for in terms of snow. The conditions have just been ideal for a big snowstorm, but the cold air has just been so strong. Everything's going south and east, and so unfortunately, it's looking like that's going to be the case this time. But by good luck and by chance, if we get this thing to go inland on an onshore track, we could really see some good snows. And personally, that's what I want. But I know I'm different. I'm only a teenager. I like snow days and lots of snow. But for adults out there, this is not good news if this happens. But lucky for you guys, right, as of now, it's looking like most of the area will be spared of a significant snowstorm. So, again, I'll definitely update you if anything changes. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for updates, and as always, I'll see you next time.